Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Deepak for giving me this opportunity. Uh, when Mr. Deepak actually invited me, I was like, am I the right person for such a seminar? Because I'm not a packaging guy. And among the panelists also, I'm the odd one out. Like, I'm the cold storage expert among the packaging people. But however, having said that, in a cold storage, the packaging definitely plays an important role. I mean, like when I design cold storages, my design depends on the packaging of the good which is stored in the cold storage. It's like inside out. Starts from size of the package to various other things, of course. Then I design the cold storage. Yeah. So as a cold storage expert and as a warehouse man, today I want to take an opportunity to share the concerns of a warehouse man, the concerns of my customer, concerns of a retailer, concerns of a manufacturer. So I thought this was the right opportunity to, among these packaging people, to share our concerns. Yeah, it was around a year ago, probably in the year 2012 in December, and we got into frozen foods preservation, and we started accepting, ice cream for one of our customer, and of course also butter. We are there inside the cold room with my customer, and it's a big open warehouse, and it was a 20 kgs butter packaging in the corrugated packaging, and all of them are stacked one on top of each other, around 12 to 14. I don't remember the exact number, and it's a big stack lying there, and me and my customer both are standing in front of the stack and looking at the bottommost box, and like actually nodding my head, and so is he. The bottommost packaging got compressed, and so he was upset that I stacked it too high, and he wanted me to reduce the height of the stack. And I was upset because if I have to reduce the height of the stack, then I would lose on the valuable cold storage space. So, because I am paid based on the kgs with that customer. So this is a very frequent concern among our customers, that the boxes is not too strong, it gets soggy and weak. So that's one of the concern of in a packaging of goods, especially butter or ice cream, in a frozen cold storage. Yeah, so one of the concerns, as I shared, is the boxes get soggy. I mean, the immediate solution what packaging people give is give a lining to the boxes. But even if you give lining, so because the moisture content in a frozen food cold storage or a fruit cold storage, say for carrot, if not carrot, like say mangoes which are exported or grapes which are exported, the moisture content goes up to 95%, like 90 to 95%, and for mango it's around 85%. In frozen foods, the moisture is not high, but while loading and unloading, so much of moisture enters inside, and it looks for a place to condense and condenses on the boxes. So the moisture absorption on these boxes is very, very high. Even if they are laminated, even if the boxes are laminated, there is enough place for the moisture to get inside the boxes. There are enough gaps on the boxes, make holes for the air circulation and all. So in those areas, there is no lamination and moisture enters. And the boxes get soggy, the boxes get weak. We lose on the valuable cold storage space. Either we have to lose on the valuable cold storage space, or we have to lose on the packaging, on the bottommost boxes getting damaged. One of them has to be compromised. Another concern, especially, I was actually speaking to one of my customers from Amul. He was sharing that in a frozen cold storage, not in a chilled cold storage. Chilled cold storage is something which is above 0 degrees. A frozen cold storage is like minus 20 degrees. In a frozen cold storage, the boxes, the gumming gets weak. The boxes, the joints get weaker. So the life of the box is much lesser. And secondly, the tape which is used for closing the corrugated package, the tape also loses the gum. So that's a concern. And this barcoded stickering, what he was, some gentleman was talking about, the stickers also don't stick onto the boxes. So this gumming is a big concern in a frozen cold storage. Whereas in a chilled cold storage, it isn't that cold, so it's manageable. But however, again, even for chilled cold storage, especially for fruits, it's a concern, because the moisture level is very, very high, 90 to 95%. And when I was talking to my customer about, especially this Amul, he was saying, why don't you do the lining and all? And I said, the blunt answer was, first of all, he was not the decision maker. Someone up there decides on what kind of packaging is to be done. And probably what he was saying was, one of the reasons they don't do lining is because of the cost. And one interesting thing what they have shared is probably bad news for the corrugated packaging industry is they have started shifting to plastic crates because of the lesser shelf life of the corrugated boxes. So as much as possible, they are thinking of hoarding things in a cold storage in a plastic crate, so that they don't have to get this repetitive cost of the corrugated packaging. So these are the concerns in a retail industry, like say ice creams or butter, or say exports of say grapes or mango. So I want to share one. Probably as a case study, I want to share something or ask this fraternity about what could be done. Yeah. So this is one of our cold storage, and those are the jumbo bags. It's a 2.1 ton jumbo bag, and it's made of polypropylene or HDPE, and I designed this cold storage. How it is stored here is because basically we are using the strength of the material inside the bag. So they are block stacked. I'm using the strength of the material inside the bag, and so they're stacked one on top of each other. It is 1+2. The cost of the bag is around 1,200. It's perfect. I mean, I don't have to think of an alternate. However, there is one disadvantage with this kind of packaging. One disadvantage is stability. I can't go more than 1+2. And in fact, where there is walkways, I sometimes go only 1+1. So the height of my cold storage is not much, and I cannot use the full height. So can you see some wastage of space after the third bag? So yeah, so this is in one of the cold storage in Thailand. So they use this corrugated packaging, which are block stacked. So this was very smart way of packaging. But I really wonder about the cost of this packaging. A good part of this kind of packaging is, here they are storing 1+2. So can something be made where we can go 1+3 or 1+4, so that I use the maximum height of the warehouse? When I say warehouse, I don't mean not just my cold storage. See, basically, when I design a cold storage, I design a cold storage with respect to storing a package which goes into the complete supply chain. Warehouse of my client, in the lorry, and in my cold storage. Like everywhere, it has to fit, and it has to be compliant. So my cold room might have a height of whatever just to fit 2 or 1+2, but my customer does not have. He has height of say 6 meters, so he's using half. He's just using half of this, half of the place, or like 60% of the place, 60% of the height, to be say. So if you can design a corrugated jumbo bag or jumbo box which can go 1+3 and 1+4, then the investment and the space utilization, the investment would come down and the space utilization would drastically increase. Just throwing some food for thought for you guys. That's it.